Happy Halloween and welcome to this treat for Halloween today. I'm your host, Michael Myers. But it's only me.
Oh,
it's
jeez.
just
That's put the mask back on.
it's just Dave.
That's way more
Whoa.
terrifying.
I feel like do I look like I've had surgery? My whole face feels like it's pulled back.
Yeah, you look like you've got remember when Liberace got his little
Oh,
face done?
he couldn't close his eyes.
Yeah. He couldn't sleep with his eyes closed. I remember.
We're here and my brain is actually too tight.
Maybe you
Maybe take it off. I mean, I'll keep it on because it's Halloween special.
To be fair, your hair's never looked better.
Does it look like I'm wearing some kind of like fucking sports wig and like sports band and then the wig
It
underneath?
looks like you're wearing my face inside it.
I mean, listen, we can all but dream.
Yeah.
Speaking of your face, keep that down out of the way. Your face, because who do we have here?
Sorry.
And it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, guys.
Happy Halloween. Great to be here.
We'll start off first of all. Psychic Glenn Gordon.
Mohammed bin Salman. It is today.
Who else is it? Welcome to our country.
Welcome.
Oh wow!
I thought he was going to say Muhammad Ali. I was going to be like,
I mean,
not the right
different
thing.
vibe.
Yeah.
That was Muhammad Ali when he was abstaining from the military.
That's
and
right.
over here we have the Aaron Butler.
No.
Alan Bueller.
Yeah.
Aaron Butler, aka
Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer.
the French
That's
guy.
not a bad impression.
No. I just thought I wanted to stay with him forever and eat his ass.
Come on.
But I had a
Let's
stick.
keep watching TV together.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
good.
man.
That's good.
yeah. Who knows?
Do you like a good skull fucking
Oh, I
win?
love it.
Let me ask you this, Glenn. If you were in that position, how would you just hang about with Dahmer, or would you get out the door?
Oh, right
I'd
enough.
have
Yeah.
to get away.
What would you do to get out of Dahmer's apartment? So Dahmer's got you.
I'd
he's
have hit
got-
him over the head with something.
Yeah. Your cock. I mean,
It's
we
very
like that.
seductive, but
He is.
the real Dahmer in real life was better looking.
He was,
Oh,
wasn't he?
right.
Like there were some photos of Dahmer in real life where you go,
See how he lured them in.
oh, why?
Hmm.
Like, he was a quite sexy guy. Now, I would say, like, maybe pull that, like, have a bit of a forehead there. You know?
Alright.
Dahmer had a forehead. There
Sorry,
you go.
There we go. Now we're back. Yeah. I feel like my own hair's sticking out of it, but it's fine.
Yeah, but listen, look what I've got on.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I don't know how this looks, but this is what we're doing today, guys. It's just, this is our gift to you guys on Halloween.
Halloween
Like,
gift.
people have a Christmas special. People put out Christmas shows. But Glenn, you're the psychic Glenn. Halloween, is that your Christmas?
Old Hallows Eve, yes it is. It's a Halloween tale by us three.
It's a Halloween. This is a Halloween tale brought to you by this
Psychic Glenn
Middle
cheer.
Eastern guy. The Saudi prince.
Saudi prince.
Is coming to give you some Halloween cheer.
You really do look Middle Eastern.
I've got a couple of barrels of oil for sale.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. And
Yeah, baby
you know
oil.
what? I'm going to take this off because I feel like
is it hurting?
I feel like the blood to my
There you
head.
go.
Oh wow! And
There you go.
I mean, it's good luck.
I don't know if you can just maybe even slap it on your head or slap it there or
I
something
mean,
like that.
it's a big
Have it on
old
your hand.
mask. Like it's good.
You've
quality.
had that mask for years.
Yeah, I actually got it for my 8th birthday. It was my granddad bought it for me. He goes, tell you what you'd love. No, I just, you know what? I always liked him as a character, and I thought, you know what? Let's just get a.
Do you know he was actually the man out of Star Trek first? He was the man, the robot man out of Star Trek, and they just fixed his face to make him Michael Myers.
No, you know what? You're half right there.
Oh.
He was the actual mask of Michael Myers. Believe it or not, this might be some trivia. Some of you may know this. Was actually
Yeah.
they took a mask of William Shatner. There was a rubber mask of William Shatner in a shop, and the production team took it and spray painted it white and cut the eye holes bigger, and that's where the very original Michael Myers mask was a William Shatner rubber mask. True
Do you
story.
know William Shatner is married to Stevie Nicks from Fleetwood Mac?
Really?
Yeah, and she had to change her name to Stevie Shatner Nicks. Now, I will just say, my dad will be so proud of me right now because he tells me that joke every time I go round to his house.
Right,
And
okay.
As if I've never heard it before.
And does he have like amnesia or something, or does he?
I
have
don't know. He
Alzheimer's
tells
or-
that one, and he tells this one as well. He goes, I can't say Canada. But the joke is...
Canada?
No, but
No.
the joke is he's just said Canada. So he goes, I don't know how to say Canada, and then he does that. But people fall for it every time, and he thinks it's a fucking hoot.
Yeah, and
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, happy Halloween, everybody.
Anyway.
And you know what? We were the first psychic in the stand-up episode.
Right.
Was, by the way, for those you're getting a wee freebie here. This is just a Halloween treat.
Yeah.
Psychic Glenn said to me, Dave, I'm sick of you putting this shit on privacy. I want it to be out there in the public. I want
That's
people
right.
to see what we're all about.
That's
I want to
right.
show you what the psychic and the stand-up is all about. So here we are on Halloween, having the Halloween episode. What I will say, Dahmer,
Sure.
you need to move the camera because this is supposed to be in the middle and this is lopsided. So go,
Look, I didn't
Dahmer,
know.
go move it.
All right,
move it.
This is raw.
This is raw. This is the way we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. And we're going to do it raw.
So you need to be in the middle.
Here we are. I'm in the middle. This is in the middle. There we go.
Best in the middle.
Let's see.
Glenn out as I can get it.
There you go. Come you over. Glenn can come. There you go. We're in. Bring your mic with you, Glenn.
There
Yes,
now.
that's
Now the
better.
frame.
There we go. The three amigos.
Look, it's a tight spot. All
You
right,
know
it's
what?
hard
It
to do.
genuinely does look like this could be some sort of like hostage.
It
video.
looks like
Glenn looks
an
like
Al Qaeda
Yeah.
video gone wrong.
I don't know what your deal is. Yours just Jeffrey Dahmer, and I'm just the guy that's been brought in by this dude,
Yeah.
and they're threatening him.
Because now you don't have the mask on.
I know.
You're just a dad.
I'm just a guy. Really, listen, sorry to be here.
sly guy.
It looks like you're holding like a debate between Dahmer, like a dead people. You know, like it's like a debate from a seance
real
from
life
the
seance
yeah.
with Dahmer and this. But no, we wanted to do a Halloween special. Glenn especially wanted to do a Halloween special. That looks all right, doesn't it? Because you initially lost a rag a bit about Hocus Pocus. This is where it came from.
The movie.
He lost a rag about the new Hocus Pocus, and
Go
we actually
ahead.
watched the new Hocus Pocus
We did,
together at
yeah,
the
yeah.
weekend.
Yep.
So we're good to talk about. Glenn, first and foremost, were you a fan of the first Hocus Pocus?
Loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loved it.
And what were your views on the new one, the sequel?
Do you want the left side or the right side first?
What do you think, Dahmer?
The right side or left side of what is what I want to know. You know,
The left or the
your
right side of the
your
truth?
brain or your
My
color.
analysis of the second film.
Hurry up, Ben.
I
You
will.
pick left side or
you
right
always
side?
start left and then go right. So you have to
The
start
left side there was too many of the same backdrop used over, too much CGI used over,
CGI.
all done in a studio. Not enough original storytelling in it. There wasn't a very good storyline. But all these new people, where was the original people? Don't even get me started.
Let us know how you feel, Glenn.
It was like Disney tripe on ice.
There we
I
go.
don't even know. It was all too theatrical for me.
Or is it German
see.
side, Disney on
But
Shines?
on the right side, I loved it. I fucking loved it. See that with amethyst crystal and all? I loved it. I mean, I did. I loved it. I loved how the power was placed in the wee girl's hands. Finally, the power was placed in the hands. She stole Winnie's power in the end. You haven't seen it, like, sorry, but
No. You can spoil it.
when he just lay down, she says, but I don't understand.
But she lost her sisters and she realised in that
Aye.
moment, though, didn't she?
She
The
couldn't get
sisters.
rid of her sisters.
Spoiler alert, these are just three.
I've been saying this all along. It's women. Women have got it. It's a sisterhood.
You know
That's
what?
right.
Just three guys in their 30s talking about Hocus Pocus 2. That's
Yeah,
what we're
yeah.
doing. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah, I'm glad this is
And
where my life
what
is.
did you think when you watched it, Glenn? This is an important question. This is why I'm here to ask this. That the new black flame candle looked like a dildo.
I think there was a lot of sexual references in it.
Very
that I didn't
phallic.
like.
It was a thick, cock-looking candle.
Dahmer would have loved it.
But did Dahmer even like dick?
Loved it.
Did he like the
No,
actual
because he was
dick?
more of a top, wasn't he?
He was. I would say he was the ultimate top. You could probably
he
say.
definitely was. He actually
was-
fucking buried you and all in the middle of it, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get more top than that. Like, that's as top as you can get, I
Well,
think.
Yeah.
he kind of had to be top because the dead guy ain't gonna fuck him. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah,
When-
but like, he
Well,
did,
unless you mount him.
did he like,
And then kill him as you've mounted him.
did he like to do the shagging anyway, or did he just like to kill them and then pull the wire of himself? Like,
No,
what
no,
was-
he did. He did buck them. Like,
When they were alive, or wait till they died?
mostly dead. I
Sound.
think.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
mostly dead.
Yeah, because he was a polite guy.
Get your rocks off, honey.
He got
He
something
did
off.
get his rocks off.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he enjoyed himself. That's for sure.
And do you think it was his granny's fault for getting rid of the mannequin, or do you think he'd already killed the buck by then, hadn't he? He'd already.
I think that there's an awful lot of, let's blame this person, let's blame that person. It's a 30-something-year-old man. He needs to take responsibility for his own energy, and he's a piece of shit.
Preach, girlfriend.
If you were to speak to Dahmer now, what would you say to him? Right, in fact, hold on.
Right.
Look at him while you're saying this, because you do look quite like him.
Come on, let's just hang out together.
Not only have you did yourself a disservice, but you've did a disservice to the whole LGBT community. But thank you also for highlighting the fact that love's skirmish out there for gay people. All you are is a dirty wet rag
There you go.
in that gay world, Dave.
Suck on that, Dahmer.
I just wanted a friend. That's how he says it. That's
Yeah.
not bad. That's a good impression.
I think he's a bit more like this, though, isn't he? He's a wee bit sort of
No,
more.
that's
Imagine if he'd have been born in
he's
this
a
day and
bit
age,
more-
what we're grinding. Now he could have been filleting every day of the week.
Yeah, I knew a guy, right?
He did grind them. That's the thing.
I know.
In the meat.
You know what, though? He, like, how did he go? Like, the first one he killed, Didn't he like?
Who actually was called Steve Hicks, I believe.
Yeah, and Shitner Hicks. No,
That was a good call. That was a good attempt.
He didn't he like melt his body and cook in the oven and then crush the bones and swing it around the garden or something?
Yeah, tried to turn the bones into dust with a hammer. So he put them in the oven to dry out the water from them.
And then did they eventually find like trace of that guy's body in his garden?
Oh yeah, they found bone fragments of that guy's body.
After how many years was just?
Well, bone doesn't really decompose, does it? That's the
No.
thing. So I think it was after probably 12, 15 years or something like that. Maybe.
Fucking scary. Like the stuff he did. Like, you know what? Again, we've spoken before in the podcast about how like people get numbers. Like, you know, not in the dating game, but like how Harold Shipman has big numbers in terms of serial killing. He's killed a lot of people.
Oh, right.
But he did it in a way where it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
You know, he ejected them and
Yeah.
then they died, and then like obviously the coroner took the bodies and disposed naturally and whatever else. Whereas when you kill someone in a grotesque way, then have to clean up the crime scene, and doing what he did with the bodies is something just extra creepy about it, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
but he had different ways to deal with it. He obviously melted your man and fucking turned him into dust, and then he put bodies into the acid and all. He was definitely an inventive killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sort of knew. He had his own little quirky methods, didn't he?
I mean, let's. I was going to say let's dissect. That's a good word for
One of
that.
them he tried to skin them too, like, didn't he?
Yeah,
He skinned a few, he butchered a few, he ate loads of them. Like he said he cooked them like steaks, so he would use a meat tenderizer, seasoning like salt poppy, and fucking do the whole
but you know
thing.
what I did find funny? The scene in the show where I think
Jeffrey Dahmer, eat me.
I mean, there's actually people out there that wanted eaten by him, Glenn. You know, I think there's people who
Oh, there's fanatics,
sex people like
There is.
would want it to be eaten by him. I think like they should stop it out. You know, I think that's enough.
Stop
Just-
it out.
Like just get eaten out by him and don't get actually. You
I
know?
get you.
But there was the scene in the show. Sorry if this is a spoiler alert, but I knew he got done for an indecent exposure at a fun fair.
That's right.
But in the show, have you seen the full show?
Yeah.
He's at like a fucking slot machine and he's just like pulling the wire of himself at the slot machine with the pants down. And that the funniest scene in the whole thing, which is not a funny series, but was whenever he went back to the wee deli that he was working in, and the guy was like, "Get out of here! You're
Yes.
a dirty bastard!"
That's right, that's
It's
right.
like, but what have I done? He's like, "You were wanking at the fair." And it's like, the guy looked a lot like me. And again,
Your
guy,
voice sounds like Steve Avery from Making a Murder. That's what you're doing.
That's exactly what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
But the guy then in the bathhouse threw him out could also conceivably been played by me too.
Let's talk
with a
about the
shave.
bathhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Are those things that really exist in? They don't exist
There
in
was
our.
one upstairs, the major nightclub you asked me to go to in Belfast, and it closed down only a couple of years ago. And I think it only closed down
asked you to
because
go to
a high profile certain person was there and their body was found there, they were dead.
Can I ask if this particular place rhymes with the Pipeworks?
No.
It is. Well, it used to be called the garage, actually.
The garage?
Mm-hmm.
Used to be called
Nice.
the
It's
garage.
And was it a
There was some
bathhouse?
dumpers on
I
it.
think so. It was called the garage anyway. And that was Pipeworks, aye.
Let me just ask you a question.
My mummy doesn't even believe me that it's real.
Oh, but did you hear the story about that? It's now like a dojo,
What's a dojo?
like a jiu-jitsu
school.
karate type place. But whenever they went in and like they like broke it down to like clear it out to make it into this space, there was like used condoms like in walls and stuff.
yeah.
So
That's a blowjo.
yeah, nice, decent.
Sorry, it's not bad.
decent.
You want you ask yourself how establishments can make money off brothels?
But
don't you?
are like brothels legal? Does anyone know? They're not.
Well, not in
really,
this
no.
country, no.
They're-
And in terms of like obviously the bathhouses, is there a loophole in there that like are that's like those sort of places? Do they exist that we just don't know of?
They do exist, yeah.
Hold on, Glenn. Have you ever been
Never.
to? You never went to the Pipeworks?
No, never. I was never
You,
confident.
did you
enough.
have friends that went?
I'd practically a friend who practically lived in it,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm not going to say no names.
It he's looking at you, Dave.
Yeah,
It was just open all night, right?
Aye. My only issue was young ones coming out of the bar off their head,
Yes.
drinking drugs and letting things go in there to do things you wouldn't even do to a farmyard animal. It's not normal.
I had
And then
heard.
people wonder why.
No, we don't know if there's any truth in this. Just to put
No,
it out
there
there
is.
'cause you get sued.
The-
you know,
the-
this is all.
Glenn's word is
Right.
gospel in my mind.
You know, I believe him, but also just in case we get sued.
I had basically heard that in parts of the country. So, say for example, you were a gay guy in
Coleraine.
Strabane.
Well, no,
Coleraine.
we want to say Coleraine.
Why Coleraine?
Coleraine, it rhymes.
All right,
Right,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah. So say you are from Coleraine, and you there's no gay nightclubs in Coleraine. Maybe there is now, but back then there maybe wasn't.
You can just call Coleraine now, it's fine.
No, I want to keep you insisted. I say Coleraine instead of Strabane, so now I have to stick to it.
Okay.
Coleraine. So you come from there and you go to yourself, hey, I want to go, I'm a gay guy, there's not really many gay guys in Coleraine, I'm going to come down to Belfast, go to a Kremlin, but you stay out a little bit late, miss your train home, you then just, you go to the Pipeworks because it's open all night. Would that be just what would happen essentially? People from the country
You
would
would
do
get
that?
people actually planning to go to the Pipeworks, planning it more than they would plan their night. Who plans sex?
Me.
Do you?
This
That's
guy.
so boring.
Well, you know what? The only
So
thing is,
boring.
like, I have sex, like, I was going to say, like, the seasons, 4 times a year. No, we'll say like half the seasons, twice a year. But it's in the diary.
Her birthday and your birthday?
No, it's not, because this is a true story. On her,
Her birthday she doesn't want.
No,
Yeah.
on her birthday, I was like, "You want a wee birthday treat, baby?" And she goes, "For a start, stop speaking like that."
Yeah.
And then she was like, true story, goes, "I had a really nice day today. Let's not ruin it."
There you go.
On my birthday, it's
It's ruined.
At least a hand job. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, by me.
Yeah. And
the-
then whatever comes.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, the bathhouses in the Jeffrey Dahmer thing were very interesting to me.
Yeah, I took some things out of the
I would ask
bathhouses.
you, you wonder how they're legal, like, wouldn't you?
Are they still existent in America?
Yes.
I'm sure they are.
Saunas,
Okay.
bathhouses,
Oh, so it's
the works. Yeah, but like this is the thing. In the Dahmer doc, or the Dahmer, I keep calling it documentary. It's not. It's a series, right? In the Dahmer series, it looked like, and this is what I think you're getting at, like they were almost like wee dorms. Like so, you go to the bathhouse, some nice bodies in there, you know. So, and I didn't expect full frontal male nudity in the Dahmer thing, but I enjoyed it. And then they went into the rooms, and they were just like they slept in there. Is that a thing?
Well, I
you could do?
know because I've heard tales. A certain fucking ex of mine. I'm not even going to get into it. Yeah, but this is what to do. And then I went out with someone else after, and the two of them fucked each other in the sauna. And it was like, see the two rattlesnakes trying to come and tell me. It was like the demon inside me made them go and fuck each other. And I stood back and laughed.
Are you looking rid of them? Is that what you did?
Aye.
Yeah.
I was rid of them anyway.
Yeah.
The way your exes find each other.
I know. Rats always have the same way. of
What was the
meeting,
question
don't they?
again?
What, can you stay over in a bathhouse? Is there beds in a
Oh,
bathhouse?
aye.
Can you go to
There
sleep?
was a swing in the bathhouse. There was a dark room in the
I heard-
bathhouse.
no,
glory holes.
Glory holes.
Now, I heard this. Now, again, people may say this is experience. I don't know. But I heard there was a swing in there, but there was a dark room that you go into and you just feel whatever's going on. Whatever happens, happens.
Yeah. Well, girls don't really have that, do they?
Well,
No.
so I think I'd mentioned this
one
to
night a
Dave-
month it
Dave
was.
before. They had one night a month,
Yeah.
but then they cancelled it
Because
because
wasn't ever busy.
girls never went because girls are more self-conscious
Oh,
about their
so
bodies
hold on.
than
You
men
mean
are.
to say like?
It's not. Girls are more emotionally intelligent. All men just think with their penis.
Do you
That's
mean
the
like?
difference.
Do you mean like lesbian night, or do you
Yeah.
mean like guys and girls?
No, lesbian
Why
night.
can't guys and girls have that? No, you can bring your wife to get a poke.
Like in an
What,
ice cream
in an ice
parlor, or
cream?
Like a poking shot. No, money's to be made, Dave.
a poking shop.
Money's to be made.
No,
I mean, listen, is this a new business venture we're thinking
could
of doing?
be. It could be.
Poke
Why
my
does the
wife
gays
dot
get a
com?
fucking sauna and we don't? The straights don't.
Well, to be fair, the straights get, we get enough in life. I think the
But you
gays
know-
deserve something.
But you know
more
what?
that
I
we
do
don't.
think the driving force is, like you said, men thinking with their dicks.
Yeah, it is.
So like if
It
you
is.
put a horny man with a woman, you can't always guarantee, you know,
A
whereas
lot
you
of
put a
it's
horny man
a lot of it's
man,
fantasy based, and I get it. It's go and knock yourself out, like. But I just feel like for younger people, it's pretty unhealthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go out to try and find love, and that's what a lot of them are doing, and then they end up getting fucked stupid. It's sad, really, really, really sad.
Yeah, do you ever think there's people be like, I think I love this guy, but he has obliterated my shitter? Do you ever think
yeah.
like that's not what I thought love was? Like I think this is
Nothing's
down
ever
wrong.
enough for them, Dave.
no. But see, I do think that's a problem too, isn't it? The world of fantasy sometimes. Like, and again, people
too
say
much.
like the world of sex and fantasy and porn and everything. Like real life sex isn't really like that, you know.
No.
And I think if you're going to the bathhouses, I mean, bucked in a swing in the dark, like whenever you go back to the house with your partner or whatever down the line, you settle down. You're like, this is nice and all,
Yeah.
but I'd rather be, you know, hanging upside down with all my holes filled at once in the dark, whilst also
Like, don't
someone's
get me
throwing
wrong,
some
I
hot water
would
in
love to have a
holes.
whole group thing and maybe hire out a venue if I only selecting,
It's not a big enough venue.
only
fuck's sake.
selecting certain people. Yeah, why not?
Why don't we? If there's money to be made, Glenn, why don't we pimp you out? That's what we'll do. We'll get a big. We'll rent a room. We'll get a community centre. Rent a room. We'll do the door, and you can vet who comes in.
See,
There you go. What about it? Would you be up for it?
I'd be up for it.
What would we call this room? We could need to have a just the community fuck room.
Glenn's
I guess.
fuck tunnel.
There you go. eh?
I mean, Glenn liked it.
Yeah, and you're coming in dressed like that, you'd be like, it's not oil I'm looking for tonight.
Lubricant.
Oil is lubricant. No.
Yeah.
Lubricant oil.
Lubricant is oil, yeah.
Yeah.
Lubricant is oil, yeah.
Yeah,
Lube
yeah.
is like, because I mean, I remember laughing many times driving past the garage, being like, haha, it says lube on that. And when really it's just for cars.
Yeah. Yes, different kinds, water-based, oil-based.
Yeah.
all
I mean,
that sort of
but
carry.
it all works. It
Section.
all, as long as things get slippier, am I right? Am I
That's
right,
it.
guys? Woohoo!
That's right.
Now,
That's
speaking
right.
of, this is the Halloween episode. We want to talk about Halloween. We want to talk about the history of Halloween, what Halloween means to people.
Yeah.
Glenn, you need to take this one for a ride because I think this is your specialist subject.
Yeah.
What does Halloween mean to you?
It means that people can, I don't know, dress up and wear the false faces, and really it's devil worship, really. It's entities, and you're dressing up as ghosts and demons, not.
What is your knowledge of Halloween and the origins of it? Do you want to tell us
It's
what
a
you know?
pagan celebration, from what I know.
Now,
It is.
we went to visit a pagan site ourselves recently. Weren't keen on it.
No, it was a great big hole.
Yeah.
And I rolled under a rock. I was that bored.
Yeah, he was bored. But see, now that
Right.
I know a bit more about Halloween, I think I'd like to go back. And do you know the origins of Halloween? Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because would you? You're a psychic. You're a medium, fortune teller.
Yeah, more fortune teller.
More fortune teller. Would you? You sometimes refer to yourself as Pazuzu,
Mm-hmm.
which you know is the demon. Would you consider yourself to be a witch?
A
Or would
witch
you-
doesn't like to be called a witch.
No. Would you consider yourself to be? Would you consider them to be kin witches? You would have a common ground with
Oh,
witches.
definitely.
Now again, going back in time, apparently what used to happen was, I think on the 13th of May, that was whenever they used to have the initial, like, the date that was maybe like Saint's Day or something, or like the Day of the Dead, and then I think it was an old pagan festival. Now again, I could be totally wrong with this. I'm winging it because I think I know enough.
Right.
And then the Christian Church came on board and they changed the date to make All Saints Day or the Day of the Dead. I think maybe
All Saints Day,
Day.
never ever. They.
Yeah, no, so
that's when they released their singles.
The Black Sisters have a time in their lives then. But on the 1st of, they made it like All Hallows Day, the Saints Day, the 1st of November. And then obviously that then became All Hallows Day. And then the day before that became All Hallows Eve, the 31st of October. Then they put that together, cut it down from All Hallows Eve, Halloween. So that became Halloween. Now the significance of the date of Halloween, it was on I think it was on Sam Hain. Was that
Samuel Hain.
Yeah, that might have been something about those times.
Who was who was Samuel Hain?
I don't know, but we'll get back to that.
Okay.
But these guys, the Celts, I think, I want to say, back in the day.
Celtic?
Yeah, this is the boys.
Henrik Larsson.
They set up
Gaza.
like the times of the year. So back in the olden days,
Rangers.
they didn't have technology, they didn't have this and that. Harvest was very important. The world, the earth, everything was very important to them. So they did a celebration on that day that was basically to celebrate the harvest, because the winter was associated with darkness, no food, no this and that. So on the 31st, I think things got darker, they got scared of everything, they celebrated, and that's when they had the Halloween celebration, the feast. Now, as well as that, I believe, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sure he's will in the comments, that as part of that, the older cultures didn't know what to expect, and they sort of felt that on that time, the veil between the afterlife and was
Thin.
yeah, and that's when people could come in and out, and that's why they lit bonfires and things on Halloween, was because initially they were offering gifts to sacrifices to the gods, and a bonfire, the origin of bonfire is bone fire, so they used to put animal bones and things into
That's
the
why
fire.
you carve up a pumpkin, because
Is
it
that
gets rid of the spirits.
And they also believe that at the door would scare away the spirits, similar to a scarecrow. So they would take apparently the like chieftains and stuff in their wee houses or their settlements would take fire from the bonfire and walk from I don't know whether this is the origin of jack-o'-lantern. They'd walk with the fire to their house and use the bonfire fire to light their fires to ward off spirits back in the day.
And
There you go.
then they would take a wrinkly Lido bag and go to everyone's house and collect sweets.
Yeah.
That's how it finishes.
But there's another thing there too, I think, as well, that they were big back in the day. They believed in purgatory, which is the place between heaven and hell,
That's where I'll end up.
where they get left. Now on the day I think they had like maybe Saints Day or the day they would pray. They would say like on the eve of that you would pray for the people in purgatory to try to get to heaven, and if they got enough prayers, they would ascend to heaven. So the origins of the trick or treat, I believe, was people would go around the door, and they would say, "Listen, say for the sake of the story, we're a couple, we live together, right?"
Amazing. For the sake of the story, yeah.
And Glenn lives with us too, and we're all three. We're three stooges, right? We live together. Glenn dies. We think he's in purgatory. We're heartbroken. We want you to ascend to heaven, Glenn. So we want them as many prayers as we can get for you to ascend to heaven. So people then started going around the doors. People looking there in a wee buck would be like, "Listen, if you give me a wee treat, I'll pray for Glenn." So the more prayers. So people started going around doors offering prayers for the dead ones. And then in return, they'd get like a wee bun and stuff. So they would be get paid to do that, to try to ascend you to heaven. So that's where I think trick-or-treating
But
formed.
What if Glenn just wants to stay in purgatory?
I think, though, that's...
What if Glenn's found an underground bathhouse rave there and he's just fucking...
But then you don't have to. You can just say fuck the prayers and just ignore them.
Oh,
you know?
right,
You
okay.
can just be like, I get the hole's open to heaven, but I'm happy staying here.
But his hole's
Like,
open
yeah,
to
it's
all
like,
of purgatory.
yeah, it's like, I don't care about that open hole. I care about this one. I'm staying here. You know, so I think that's it. And so do you feel, as somebody who is in touch maybe with other worlds, would you say so?
Sometimes, yeah.
Would you feel at this time of year, does your like senses, do they spike any? Do you?
No, the more spec around Christmas, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Which is funny because you do look like you're about to audition for the nativity in my school play. Just right there. You look like
Yeah.
all the wise men.
I mean, you know, you could actually play a good Joseph.
See now.
You know, because I can't see you being raging that Mary come home being like, "Listen, I'm pregnant. It's not yours."
I told her I'd put her up for it.
So,
I got them in.
I prayed it into you, love.
yeah. So, what do you think about that? Do you believe there can be a weakening of the veil between the other worlds, or do you believe? Because that's another thing that they said at those time of the years, whenever the veil was weakened, people would break, like you'd have celebrations, like the big feasts. The loved ones would come back to celebrate with you, but as much as the good came back in, also the
Well,
evil.
this is why we dress up. I think that we're imitating the spirits having hold of us.
And what spirit particularly are you
Bin Laden.
dressed as now? Yeah.
Just a Saudi prince.
Awesome, Glenn Laden over here.
Glenn Laden.
Glenn Laden.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's a new...
Glenn Laden.
Oh,
Ding dong.
Yeah, very good.
but do you believe in all that then?
I don't believe it's just to do with Halloween. But I mean, Halloween's when everyone else sort of believes.
But do you think what a Halloween is just everyone's like, this is a shite time of the year, let's try and make it into something?
I think we're getting darker and all too. They need something.
Do you like the darkness, Glenn?
The what I was going to say is, what does Halloween mean to you?
Man, obviously from my facts I've just delivered there, I like Halloween.
Yeah.
I like it. You know what? I be honest with you, I think it's the biggest spoof. Let's be fair. I think Halloween's the biggest spoof time of the year. My favourite time of the year is summertime. I love summer. I love winter around Christmas. I don't like winter, don't like the cold, but I like, I don't like darks. Dark nights.
I'm glad you said
Yeah,
nights there.
I'm not a big fan of the dark nights.
We near had to
No.
pull this episode there.
No, I don't like them. I
Yeah.
think to me it's just miserable. The
I'm
weather's
just going to
miserable.
cut that, by the way, in the clip. It goes, I don't like darks.
Well, yeah, let's put it out
and then
there.
put all of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims in a photo slideshow after it.
Oh no.
Oh, that's
But-
what they were?
Yeah.
They were. He went for
But he-
African American
But
men.
he didn't dislike them. He loved them too much of anything.
Loved them too much, yeah.
But I just feel like it's a time people are like, this is too miserable. Everyone gets miserable this time of year.
Cold,
Let's
wet.
fuck pumpkin spice, whatever the frig that may be, into coffees,
Okay,
and
that's
that's
fuck pumpkin.
buzz. That's
Um,
what I just don't like it.
Can ghosts possess people, Glenn?
100%.
I want one to possess me right now.
With what? Why do you want possessed? Why would you say something?
Because want to feel it. Want to feel it. So I'm inviting
Oh no, don't invite
Glenn.
Michael
Do
Myers.
some sort of ritual right now.
Glenn,
That
don't.
invite Glenn. Don't
This
listen to
is-
him.
No, I'm
Get
in the
the
middle here,
oils.
and I don't want this Willies.
Get the oils. Get
up
the
me.
crystals. Shove them up my fucking hoop, and let's get some fucking demons
Well,
in
that'll
here.
definitely get their attention. They like sex
Why do they like sex?
because they harvest the energy of it.
Right.
from
A hard penis means seeds.
Right, so you're saying for me to get possessed, I need to get a root to sort of almost work as an antenna beacon to bring the ghost to me.
If I started fist pumping your asshole, they'd be around watching.
So would anyone. It's an amazing sight.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they're there. I think they're just like, holy fuck, that's a whole fist. You know?
I mean, what would you do though? Do you believe in ghosts, Aaron?
Zero.
No?
No.
Is that why you're so belligerent about
That's
about them there?
why, give me any seance, put me in a haunted house, put me anywhere, I feel nothing. Nothing.
And why do you think that is? How do you... Because this is why I think, like, I do feel like I'm the purgatory here. You're hell. You're heaven when it
For
comes to
that to be
believing
real
in
for
other
Aaron, it
things.
would open up a whole new complex world and possibly push him towards a breakdown.
Brilliant.
Do you
Let's break
think
it
he
down.
needs a breakdown? I do.
No.
I think you need
don't.
one. I think
You think I
need
need to
Like,
have a
not get him
breakdown?
back together again like Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, look, listen. Like I said, very open to the spirits.
And what is it about it then? If you don't believe in ghosts, do you believe in any sort of other earthly power? Do you believe in religion? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in heaven and hell?
No.
No, what do you believe? What do you just science guy? Do you just believe we're
Science
born and
guy,
die?
I think this is a complete random occurrence of events where I do sort of come into the whole.
Let me just ask this before you get into that. Look at the way you're dressed right now. What is it about the development of the world that has resulted in this exact moment?
Well-
like what has resulted in this
Here is
today?
coming from my point of view. I think we're all just a random series of events that have happened over thousands of millions, billions of years, and now I'm somehow set in a studio with you two dressed as Jeffrey Dahmer. And that is literally just a random and people are watching it, and again, that them watching it is also a random coincidence. But here's what you got to remember: everyone goes on about the Big Bang Theory, the science of it all. You know, the fucking stars colliding billions of years ago, and then over time forming planets and forming whatever. What was before emptiness and nothingness, and who is pulling the strings on that? Who caused the Big Bang? And that's what we don't have the answer
We
to.
were
and so
seeded
that
by
was-
giant insects. Asked how the pyramids were made. Think of the dung beetle. It rolls dung 2 times the size of its weight, sometimes bigger. So think about giant insects. Think about Earth being a garden, and think it's almost harvest time.
Duh.
There you go. Giant
Giant
warlord
Dahmer in the sky
insects.
come to eat us.
Jeffrey Dahmer in the sky coming to eat us.
Take me
Asshole
up to
first.
the Dahmer in the sky.
Yeah,
Gonna eat
yeah,
my dick
yeah.
when I die.
No,
when
that's
I die.
offensive.
When I die and they'll lay me
but
to
he did.
rest. He's gonna buck me again.
And eat
There
the
we go.
breast. the
And I'm going to see George Best.
Hey! Dahmer buck George Best.
no, he'd eat him
I would buck
from
George Best.
Yeah?
I didn't think so, and then I'd seen a video not that long ago when he was younger, and I was like, fuck, I can see what people mean. Nah, it's funny, isn't it?
It's royal family members I find are like that, like younger, like you like they're very
Andrew.
attractive.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think was sexy, Anne?
Anne
Yeah.
Anne was sexy, definitely.
Anne was a fucking
she's a lesbian,
wee her she might be.
I wish I like wearing that sight.
I don't know. What the
So-
what?
so-
No, but what about is the other one gay? Not Andrew.
Edward?
Edward. There
No.
was always talk of him being a wee bit
Well, he's married, is he not?
I know, but
royal family. Anne's fucking married.
you know
was
who
she
was,
not?
you know who was married? Elton John.
That's true.
And see, as somebody who is gay, Glenn, who is the number one? Who is the king of the gays or the queen of the gays?
RuPaul.
Is it Elton John? Is it Lady Gaga? Bette Midler? Who's the icon?
Sure.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie
Freddie.
Mercury.
It's the ultimate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Would you? Is there something about him, Freddie?
Oh
You'd
no,
be like,
I don't really even
No.
know, but it was Freddie Mercury. He was the first one.
Yeah, the first. Nice. And
know
now
what I mean?
we've got your take. This is the deep. This is what we get here in the cycling style. We get deep, and you're just seeing this public for the first time. You've explained how you think we all ended up here in this exact moment, Glenn. How do you think we ended up in this exact moment that we are sitting here today?
We came here by choice.
He's like, we drove. That's how we got here. I drove and I met you. But how do you what do you think formed the earth? What do you think put us here?
I think
What do you
the earth
believe
is
in?
the dead vessel of something that was once alive, and it's still, you're standing on the dead of what was alive. I think that earth's a garden, and soon it'll be harvested. And I think that's part of a great cycle.
And that's an alien thing you're talking about there, harvesting.
Well, alien.
So many years till we get harvested.
Don't know, hopefully it'll not be long.
Oh well,
Hopefully it'll not be. You want it to happen?
Well, I think this is why they're building all these spaceships you see on, because they're trying to leave Earth, and we'll get left behind because we're not in the elite club yet.
You mean people like Elon Musk and Jet building all those rockets and stuff? You think they're trying to get off this place because they know
definitely.
rightly?
It's the only way we're going to survive.
Well, yes, I agree with that. The only
So
way
it's
that
Dan or
humanity,
this Dan
the only way
or this.
humanity survives is if we explore space and
Yeah.
we get on another planet. I can
Become star people.
There's a star, man waiting in the sky.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I think in my lifetime, I can't imagine there's a worldwide event that goes crazy and ruins the world, but it's also not out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, guess what? Vladimir Putin could lose Iraq right and quick and just bomb us all.
I think
Be wiped
Vladimir
out.
Putin's already dead and they're using CGI.
You heard it here first.
And then when he's dead, sure, he'll get the blame. It was one man, it wasn't us. You know what I mean?
The Queen's dead, but
And no.
no, right,
And I
okay.
feel like she's been dead since 2008 to 20, maybe.
Right? And you think it's only now they're like, right, let's let it out of the
Definitely.
bag here.
And that's why Harry went, well, I'm not doing it no more. See you later.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not
Right.
fucking covering up for us here. Yeah.
I mean,
Are you okay?
there's a lot to take in here from both sides. You
Look,
know,
I'm
there's a
just
lot to-
following the advice of Glenn here.
No, but that's. I mean, there's the world is so messed up that anything could be possible, and we would just go for it. Like, do you believe? Are you a conspiracy guy, Glenn? Or are you not?
Some of it, I think that there's some of it's interesting.
Excuse
I
me,
like
excuse
the I
me.
like the extreme of it. I like the extreme, but do I believe in? No, no, definitely not.
He just said the Queen
I
died
think-
in 2020.
Well, I just
Yeah, he
feel like
is.
it's weird how there was a
Yes, he is.
coronavirus, crime virus, how she would never have admitted to being ill, how would it create a constitutional crisis if she just died. There would have to be a 2-year process where everything could be put in place, financial assets. And would you be told about it? Why would you be?
Listen,
Well, I mean,
You know what I mean? I was about getting a meditation done, a transformation, and I swear to God, see when I went home, she was dead. But it said on it said on the thing the Queen was dead, and they were all wearing black. And I was like, that was really weird because I just got this weird thing done, and I was like, fuck, that was weird. But see, it's all symbolic. You see, and here's me God, my granny, because I thought something was going to happen to my granny, but it wasn't. It was Queen.
so you're happy enough then with that?
But
You
it's
like at least
symbolic.
the-
It means granny's not going to be here for long.
well, no one's granny's really going to be here for long.
I know
Do you
I
still have
have
your
all my
granny, do you?
grandparents.
I have my granny, yes.
How old is she?
She's 77.
Fuck me. That's young.
Yeah.
How old's
well,
your granny?
My granny is 79, and my
Jesus
other,
Christ,
the other
is it?
nanny's 75.
Your granny having bastards, the pariahs. Like, you have two grannies or one?
I just have the one currently.
Good. I've none.
That's alright.
Nah, my
But you've got the 2 wee girls.
See?
So they've came back. the
They've
grannies,
came
you know
back
what I
as the
mean?
wee
Me and Aaron
girls.
have nobody.
We have nobody. No, we have nobody.
so because you, Glenn, for anyone that's not seen what Glenn and I discuss, you're very big on the energy of the female,
Yes.
and it's Halloween and it's witches season. What is it about the female energy that is so pivotal to our life that we don't appreciate? Because you do.
The
You-
birth life, Dave.
But he has said to me many times, he was like, Glenn said to me, Dave, you used to be a stunning looking guy. You used
Yes.
to be a beautiful man, dark
right.
hair, thick hair, whatever, had 2 kids,
Built.
your hair's going, you're out of shape, your beard's, you know, he said to me, my girls are sucking the life out of me.
They are. They're draining your
Slowly.
life force.
Well, that's
And
what they do. The women rip the seeds of man.
See?
That's the only job they're here for. You only
Did you
hear
say
them
rip or
rape the seeds of
they
man.
rape the
Yes.
seeds of
They
man?
hardly enjoy it, do they?
I mean, he likes getting his seeds raped sometimes.
Well,
when it's
yeah.
birthday.
enjoy it, yes, but I mean, but sometimes the men think, oh, I have to. Do you know? It's all about game. It's all procreation.
But and women are at the centerpiece of it all.
Not really.
So
They only do it to get their kids.
Yeah.
so
they're-
the kids are
This is why,
running it
even
all.
if it's only a half a man or say he's not. Well, he's
Like
not.
a
He's not
dwarf?
no, he's not doing anything at all for you. Really, he's just. It's because she's got her kids. It's fine. She can overlook it. That's how you're all fucking getting away with it.
But when you say getting away with it, Glenn, what do you mean?
Getting a baby. I could have a woman. I could take a wife if I want that. You know what I mean?
But when you're dressed like that, that's very funny.
I could take 3 wives. You know what I mean?
Literally, you're going to keep someone. I would love nothing more than after we do this podcast, the Glenn keeps that on and just does a dander down Hollywood Street just to see people's reactions to him.
But you know what, Glenn? You are tanned enough to conceivably look like you may be
He's
a military
gorgeous. See
guy.
that Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's beautiful.
Genuinely, but with your tan and that beard, you legitimately look like you could have been
An Arab.
at 9/11 at any given point.
Arabs are hot.
You're here first.
Some of them
There you
are.
go.
They are.
So you have a little bit of a
Crown Prince Mohammed, yeah.
a kink for the
Yes,
Arabs?
only the Crown Prince. Only
Right.
only him because there's something nice about him.
The
How's
sheets, the
fucking
sheets.
dough he's got?
No, but he's good looking. He's nice looking.
Let me look him up.
It's a beard and all.
The crowning prince
That's him I
of where?
sent you the photo
That
of.
was him I sent you.
The crown prince. Tell me what his full name is, Glenn.
Mohammed bin Salman,
No, the crown prince of where? I'm not gonna. I don't.
Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
The Mohammed bin Salman. I'm sure he's listening.
He put the foot down with his own family because there's 15,000 royals and he's had a cull.
Aye.
I called the brawl. It was 300 of them arrested.
All leeching off his money, were they?
Aye.
I mean, he does look a bit like you.
Wow.
That's lovely.
Jesus.
I mean, you think he's
Marcel.
lovely?
Aye.
I don't think he is lovely, Glenn. I think there's sexier men than Al Saudi.
But to each their own. Everyone has
Yeah.
their own little thing, you know what I
Like,
mean?
do you like that wee pout he's doing there?
I like every bit of him, Dave. I like every bit of him.
Would, if he invited you to the Pipeworks?
Oh, I'd have to go. And even if he wanted to behead me, I would say yes, sir.
Yeah.
Which head?
This is it.
You know?
Oh, there. I mean, I don't fancy him, Glenn. I'll be honest. I mean, he looks a wee bit.
You're saying he's a dictator, but he's not.
He's a dick.
Fuck's sake, give the lad a chance.
Taylor.
There you go.
Listen, nothing wrong with that. I think, you know, he's probably a good looking guy.
I do not like how they're treating women, but I'll fucking Sharia law. You just need to do a baby before I go over there and kick your cunt in.
Wow.
I would
That's
love.
the only difference now.
Yeah.
That's the only
Well,
difference.
you've. Wow. I mean,
No, he's right.
you're right. Yeah.
They are doing
But you know
bold
what
things
Sharia
to
law,
women.
I believe that the women shouldn't have to work. It all should be provided for them. And I like that element.
Yeah.
However, it shouldn't be, oh my God, you're locked in the back, you're not allowed to drive.
Yeah.
Women only just allowed to drive now in Saudi Arabia. What?
Yeah, and-
I'd have had to run to the fucking shops and stay that.
Yep, and they're only allowed to wear like the burqas and stuff
Well,
like
they started really rebelling against
know what?
some of them
that. Have
countries.
they?
now.
I dudes out.
Yeah, but people don't like it.
They don't like what?
That
What, the burqa?
women just getting their heads out and all, their hands and stuff. No.
They don't like that.
Nope. Disrespectful, mate.
But I like it.
Well, maybe we should move to Saudi Arabia then.
So I can see both sides of it. Like, I think it's great. We don't always have to be sexualised, but I think it's a woman's choice if she wants to be seen or not.
Do you think
Right.
women are sexualized too much?
In our
now?
culture, yeah.
Mm.
Do you like sexualizing people? Women,
No, I think
men?
it's demonic, and I think that there leads to shallow behaviour where you're a fucktoy when you're young and you get to middle age and you have no purpose in life whatsoever, bar your offspring, and then this is where you become a toxic parent.
I'm not. a
Dave, you're a
toxic
celebrity,
parent.
I mean, you've got career. Know what I mean? But just some
Toxic
people
parent.
just, I don't know, it's very sexual. Imagine me being with somebody because of sex. Like
Yeah.
that was the only thing that you liked
But
about
do you not
was
think
sex.
that's important to be a part of it?
Oh, it's an
Well, no,
element.
yes and no, of course, but I mean, like, make me laugh too. At least try and understand me a wee bit. Make my favourite sandwich, whatever it is. Just, it can't just be all about sex, because I'm being honest.
What's your favourite
Who's
sandwich?
dick's better than whose? Who's a better lover? I don't know. I don't know the best lover because I haven't had him yet.
Yet.
I get better as I get older, but
But do you
Right,
think,
okay.
Do you
honestly, I
think?
didn't have good sex when I was young. I hated it. Just
No.
And why do you think was that?
because I was insecure and I wasn't like, I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't know sex was all a game. I didn't know it was just, I didn't know a woman manipulated a man to get what she wants. I didn't know this. I really didn't know it until I was a lot older.
I can't remember if I've asked you this before, Glenn. Have you ever like went with a woman?
I came in with a love bite when I was about 14 and my mum beat me with a slipper. And it was a big girl that did it.
Literally beat you to
Beat me with a
gay.
slipper, yeah. Yeah.
And do you think that was the point where you're like, well, I'll do that again?
Well, fellas, it is.
I think now if I turned around and said it was straight, it would be a big problem.
It would be a problem if
Would
you were
you-
straight.
Aye.
But would you would you say, would you maybe be bisexual at all?
Sometimes.
Maybe. So there you go.
Sometimes just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Definitely some women are looking and go, fuck me. There's something very, very sexual, something very beautiful, something very... But it's only certain women, it's only like certain energy. And
Yeah.
usually they've got a really husky voice.
So you're not like a. It's more of an energy you go off.
See, if I really wanted to be selfish, I could sleep with the girl and I could get it up and it could come and it would be fine. But see, after, I might be like, right, fuck you, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And that would be the ultimate sin.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gay.
But do you know what I mean? See, after you come, it's like you disconnect. Do you get that?
Oh, well, that's the post-nut clarity they talk about. Yeah.
That's bad. I don't like that. And I hate feeling like that too.
Yeah.
I don't like people treat me like that either, unless it's on my terms.
Yeah, I don't really.
But I think sometimes that's like.
No, but I find men don't really like being used for sex as much as what they let on.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind.
I know. I've heard. One of my wee friends actually told me. It's a good friend of mine.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, I'm sure.
So the wires have been crossed here. You know something about this, and he's.
One of my friends actually did say, "Do you know Aaron Butler?" And I was like, "No, we did a wee podcast together." She says, "Well, he was one of my wee friends." I says, "Like, that's good."
What I like about this is that you've gone the colour of your tea-top.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So
But let's not get
so
into
what
it.
we're no, let's do.
No,
So what we're
let's
saying
not.
is
No.
so we can talk about it off.
I don't want to talk about any
So
of
we're
it.
just going to say here that you potentially know somebody that may have got down dirty with him.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll have a wee chat about this later. It'll be a
Fine.
lot of fun.
That's fine.
A lot of fun. And was he nice or was he good?
Oh, it's just yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh God, aye.
That's all you need to know.
But I think, well, really, it was compliments. Really, it was like, oh, fuck, he's very good in bed.
There you
Thanks
go.
very much. I appreciate
I mean,
that.
what's funny is whenever you give them that compliment right
But
now,
I know
you're
you're
dressed
quite
like that.
whingy too. You're quite bitchy and you're quite whingy as well. And you're like, about everybody.
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that description.
So you must fuck them and then you must break your heart and open up a wee bit and they'll be all my poor life.
No.
Well, how else would you fucking know you were had a vasectomy? How else would
I've
you
agreed because I tell people that. Why would I be dishonest
Why
and be
would
like,
you even tell them that and just fucking just give them it?
because you don't fucking. I would like people to know before I get into anything with them that look, this is where I am
Does that
in life
mean
and
you
where.
always bareback?
No,
Oh, you Johnny Burback, mate?
no.
Then what was the point of getting snipped?
What's the point in getting snipped? Well, if I am with someone for a long period of time, why wouldn't I?
Wouldn't you have unprotected sex?
Yeah.
Oh, I know, of course.
So it doesn't always have to fall on the woman to have the pill or to get the implant or
Oh,
whatever
big
like
time.
that.
And I
So you're a
think that
feminist?
is a very, very responsible thing.
I
Actually.
think
it's very, very bad. I'm not
Yeah.
that, it's very bad for a woman to stop a certain cycle. It's not healthy.
And
like.
Glenn, when you say a certain cycle, what do you mean by that?
Their periods. You see, they
Periods.
can't just stop that. You can't stop that. And when you do, it makes you crazy.
Correct.
It does. It makes them nuts, like.
Yep.
And that's really what men love, you see, is the blood. See, when
I
the
don't-
blood- See, when you
You
fuck a
do,
woman,
'cause
your
look how
dick's
you're
hard,
dressed.
right? Your dick's really, really hard, really veiny. The blood from the period goes all the way through your body before you've even time to pull out. She doesn't tell you about that magic trick.
Yeah. So hold on. You think the blood goes in through your wee dick
Of
hole?
course it does. No, it goes into the veins. Because it absorbs, that's why your veins are there. That's why it has to be hard.
So you
for it to
think
work.
the blood
Yes,
gets
he may
absorbed
be
through
giving
the
it to her, but
skin?
really she's imprinting in him. And it only happens if you're selfish and you don't let her bleed in peace. But
But-
it used to happen a lot because men didn't understand.
Oh, so you're talking about if people have sex on their period?
Yes, when a man's being selfish and just has to think his own way, if her blood goes on him,
I never
Da-da.
have sex with someone on their period.
good, don't, because it'll mess you up.
I have zero desire for
See
it.
that blood, and there's men that love it, like, but see that blood will weaken your energy as well. That's how you fall in love with them. You know, like, kind of, like, you can't stop thinking about them and all.
Well, it's happened before the odd time.
Mhm.
But
Do you find like you haven't been able to stop thinking about them?
nope, I think about them less. It
Really?
grosses me out. It's all
Dave
good.
loves it. Dave loves it, don't you?
What loves
Dave
what?
only does it when Kevin's hungry.
Some men do love it. I think if it was me, I would love it too. Fucking right, get your blood on me, maybe.
No,
Don't me.
it freaks me out.
Blood,
no.
like back to Dahmer again. Remember when he stole the blood pouches and poured it and ate it? That was pretty gross.
Oh, apparently that was fake, but it was dramatized for the
Yeah,
TV.
well, I mean, of course, but it's still gross.
Oh yeah, it was stinking. Yeah. No one wants to eat blood. I watched a documentary last night called The Dark Tourist. It's on Netflix. Have you
I've
ever
seen
seen
it from start to finish.
Oh really? So you've seen the bit where the vampires were drinking blood out of each other? That was weird.
I like it when we Mexicans dig up the dead. I guess a lot of fun, the Day of the Dead.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
No, it's a good time.
That was what that movie is. The Disney one's based on, Coco, I believe.
Coco.
Yeah.
Love the Coco. Yeah.
Yeah. The Day of the Dead. Yeah, Mexican tradition.
But
Spirits everywhere possess me.
But this is it. Like, well, so this, I don't know how we ended up talking about period blood, but we are talking about the period of Halloween. This is what the Halloween special is all about. I feel like we've digressed. What do you do on Halloween? What do you do? Because we know you, I'll be honest with you, Glenn, I thought you were going to tell me that Halloween meant more to you than it did.
You see, it's all,
Got it.
It's all for the kids.
It's
The
all
kids?
for the
Ah,
kids.
It's all for the kids now.
Fucking Halloween.
The real spiritualists are about Christmas.
What do you think about Halloween there?
I
Do you like it?
I like it.
You know why I think you'll like it? Because I think you like it whenever the women dress
Dress in
sexy. And
Dressed
Sexy
like sluts. Well,
costumes.
that was my psychology to this. I was going to be the opposite.
what, you were
I
going to be
dressed
the
as a
opposite?
handsome man, yeah. A handsome man with a big dick and oil.
Well, that's what you've done, clearly.
And every woman, and any woman would fall at her feet for a prince, of course she would.
Sorry, I just want to quickly go back over that. You're dressed, so I can see you're dressed as a prince, but the big dick and oil, is that something?
Well, you would maybe look at a Saudi prince and go, fuck, I wouldn't be able to say no to him.
There you go. I just thought you meant dip your dick in oil, which is something I quite like the thought of. I think it's quite a nice image.
This is it.
There you go.
Dipstick.
What was I going to say?
You were going to talk about Halloween and ladies' costumes.
Yeah, big fan of when they dress all sexy and stuff. Love that part of it. You know, when I was in uni, that was a real highlight for me. Was all the skimpy outfits. Not ashamed to admit it because I liked it. Still do. I feel like I'm on trial right now. And
Yeah.
then I like what I used to do is it was just a family thing for us. So we used to just all go around to my granny's house.
Did she put on sexy outfits?
Yeah. She did the wee sexy nurse thing.
Yeah, the wee short skirt, the boobs.
Yeah. Rolling in her wheelchair. But it was a good family time for us. I have good family memories of all of us being together in my granny's house, and
she's still alive, Granny?
Oh yeah. She's still
Yes.
kicking. Yeah. I might see her this Halloween, don't know, but I think the last few I've just been in my own house.
Do you like these into horror films or anything? Do you just watch?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I like
Some.
what I'll watch a wee horror film around Halloween. Primarily, my favorite being Halloween. You know, it's my favorite
Little
horror
Lindsay
film.
Wallace.
Is that who's she in Halloween?
Kyle Richards, she is in real life.
But who is she in Halloween? Is she in one of the
She's the
sequels?
wee girl that she's minding in the very first one, and then
Right, okay. What's her name? Lindsay.
Lindsay Wallace
Lindsay Wallace.
or Kyle Richards, and it's Paris Hilton's auntie.
There you go. That's it. What's your favorite horror film? Do you like?
There is something that used to really, really frighten me when I was younger, and it's called Paper House, and I think anybody at home needs to watch it. It's from the same director as Candyman, but it's brilliant.
What's it about?
About this wee girl draws this house, and then when she gets sick, she goes into it. But it's really bizarre, and it gets in between fantasy and occult.
We did a podcast with Sean Haggerty, and
Just earlier today.
and Glenn on it told us what was the name? The Holy
Holy
Mountain.
Mountain.
He told us about a movie, The Holy Mountain. It's like, what's Holy Mountain? And basically, in a nutshell, he went, these guys went up a mountain with Jesus, and they put him into a jar, and he shit himself to death.
Cooked in his own excrement. It's about an alchemist.
He said,
And
you got to
it's
watch
visually,
this.
It's visually brilliant. Like, it really, really
I'm
is.
sure it is.
Yeah.
It is, it really is.
Yeah, wow.
And he's fans of horror movies. I know this guy's
I
weird.
do. Like, I like screen films and all. I love.
I liked Midsummer. I watched it.
Yeah.
It was
It's creepy, I've heard.
Very
It's like,
creepy.
is it similar to The Wicker Man? Like, same sort of
I haven't
vibe?
watched it, but
But The Wicker
maybe.
Man, I give you a breakdown of The Wicker Man. There's a disappearance. Goes on a remote island. We'll say like Rathlin Island. It's not Rathlin.
Okay.
But it goes on. I made that joke at Rathlin once. The Rathlin Islanders didn't like it.
No, I wonder why.
But you know what? I'm welcome back to Rathlin. I'm a king of the mountain.
Yeah.
Right? But the kid goes missing. This detective goes over to the island to try and find his kid. It's all a ruse that they want him to go inside a Wicker Man and burn him as a human sacrifice to the gods. Is that the same vibe as Midsummer? Everyone's a bit weird. Is it cultish?
Oh yeah. It's all based around cults and things like that.
Is it
but
sexy? You see nudity in it?
You see nudity, but it's not really sexy. It's a wee bit weird. And then
Did you get your rocks off to it, mate?
No, not one bit.
No.
And then I love Get Out, Jordan Peele. That's a good one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm a big Jordan Peele fan. Like his sketches, I think his movies are a bit dung.
Well, I think Get Out was really good. Us was okay, and then the last one, Nope, was just shite. Yeah, I wasn't a
good.
fan of it all. But Get Out's a really good one. I'm trying to think of other good horrors that I enjoy.
Do you like Saw?
I never watched them.
Oh, have you seen Saw?
Watch the first
The
one.
first one was great. The
Never
other
saw
ones were a
them.
bit. You know what? I see when I watch the Saw movies, I often think to myself, it's a bit much, the effort you'd have to go to make all those high functioning traps and all. Like you'd have to like get a house, get a mortgage, fucking get planning permission and
a
all for
lot.
all this shit. And the first one you could believe, be like, listen, you're. They did the Boy George. You know, they got somebody in and they fucking handcuffed them to a radiator and they're like, if you want to go, cut your arm off. That was it. Whereas all the other traps and all are a bit fucking a bit much. But I like the first Saw movies. I love the Halloween. I'll watch any Halloween movie that's ever out. A lot of the latter ones have been a bit shit, but the first one was great. And Michael Myers always scares me.
I watched
Always.
Freddy versus Jason years ago. It was shite.
Yeah. Imagine they made a rework of that and it was Freddie Mercury versus Jason Donovan. That would be a good film.
I think that would be a way scarier film, if anything. And I'd
Jason
very much-
Donovan, of course, would be scary.
But like I think those films get to the point where like they're not scary anymore, they're just ridiculous. See when you have Freddy Krueger doing a musical number, that's when you go, nah, it's gone too far.
Oh, was that what happened in that?
He does like a da 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 da.
I can't even remember.
It's
It
weird.
was that bad. I blanked it out. Like,
Yeah, but is there any people like characters in movies, horror films that you just that they scare you and they stick with you for whatever reason? And what scares you, Glenn?
I don't know. I really don't know what scares me.
Because the stuff,
Psychological things,
there's some stuff you're into, Glenn. I'll be honest, terrify me.
yeah, anal.
Well, Ouija boards. That's
Oh,
the thing.
sorry.
I won't have them. You two weirdos want to. Well, not you're a weirdo because you believe in it, but you're a weirdo. You just want to do it.
I've did one.
That's
before.
weird. I don't like it. I don't like Ouija boards near me. You know why? Because you obviously believe what you believe. You don't believe. I'm somewhere in the I still don't know,
Dave,
and I'm
you've
open
got
to it
kids
all.
To think about the lottery numbers. You know?
I know.
I don't know what that means.
But what
yeah.
happens, right? What happens if I'm like, I'll do a Ouija board to get the lottery numbers, and the next thing you know, fucking some guy called Gavin is just hanging about me.
Sure.
The ghost of Gavin's just fucking trying to ruin my life.
Can I say Candyman in the mirror 5 times?
Yeah, there's no mirrors here.
Well, I can't do it now then.
Imagine that you did that and John Candy arrived. And he just like Uncle Buck's just hanging out forever.
With the Cool Runnings
Yeah.
team.
That'd be a sight to
Be
see.
horrifying, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I just... But you know what? Here's the thing. I thought Candyman shit because he had a hook. Boring. Didn't think it's believable. I always like the horror films. I'm like, that shit could happen. Like The
Planet of
Strangers
the Apes.
were scary to me. Because I was like, conceivably you could just have a
Last of
fucking...
the Mohicans.
The Purge. Maybe that's one, is it? Don't know.
The Purge is something that I think could exist somewhere at some time. You know, I don't think The Purge is totally out of the realm. But it's stuff you could believe. Now, I really like...
Stuff we can develop.
Like, I like Jeepers Creepers.
I like Jeepers Creepers.
But
It
then,
was scary, the
but
first
then
one.
whenever he got the wings, I went, oh, come on.
Aye.
Come on. You know? But I think some horror films are pretty grim to this day. I still get the willies. Halloween would frighten me just to look at that man's face.
Yeah.
And the fact that no matter how far you run, how fast you run, he'll always get you and he's just walking.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that was pretty creepy. Yeah, I would like to watch a horror movie soon because I haven't seen a good one recently.
Neither have I, but nothing really good.
You know?
See, that's one. I'm gagging. I'm gagging for a good
why?
new horror film.
Oh,
I want them to be good. A lot of them are shit. I saw an advert for one out recently at the cinema called Smile, and it was a thing about.
Oh yes.
And it looks pretty scary.
Yeah, that could be
when
good.
it's like the people are smiling like this when
Yeah.
that's you're possessed by something and then you end up getting killed.
It the Clown. It was a good one, but I didn't really watch it, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought they were missing a couple of letters from it, and it was an S and an H, and it should have preceded to it because I felt that film was shit, and then I thought it was just entirely ripped off by Stranger Things, or else Stranger Things entirely ripped off it.
Oh yeah, people
So
are
I
all
thought it
about
was like,
that at the moment.
and I didn't like that, and like I liked the original It. I thought it was scarier because maybe I was younger at the time it was out, and it just gave me the willies. But I'll tell you a film that I do think now with my older head on is maybe scarier. But at the time when I watched it, laughed my balls off, was The Exorcist. See, when I watched it the first time, I just couldn't see past the little girl going, fuck me, fuck me.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, that's funny. And then, you know, some of the things like, your mother sucks cocks in hell, Karis. I was like, that's quite funny.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm like, actually, the themes of that are quite frightening, aren't they?
Yeah, it has some comical
And
moments.
Pazuzu, he got the blame of it all. It wasn't even him.
Who was it?
Well, Hollywood did it, really. It was a film, Dave. I mean, that wee bitch Linda Blair.
That's me mugged off.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a film, Dave.
But
There's a new one coming out in Alan Burstyn's in it, The Mummy.
The
But Linda
Mummy.
Blair didn't want to come back.
as in the Mummy of the Exorcist or the Mummy
The
of the
Mummy
Rock
was in
in
The
it?
Exorcist, the first one.
And is she going to do another Exorcist?
She's making it now. It's already in production.
There was something that happened, wasn't there? It could just be me talking
A
shit.
few people died, set went on fire, a whole lot of things happened.
Didn't the Titanic sink? But that had nothing to do with the Exorcist, did it?
Did it
Was
sink?
there a mummy on the Titanic? A mummy, like an Egyptian mummy on the Titanic, and it caused it to sink, some people say?
Yeah. That's
Tutankhamun's corpse or something, I know.
Was there?
No, it wouldn't have been Tutankhamun. They're too famous to be on Titanic.
But there was apparently some mummy that was cursed that was on the Titanic when it sank, and people were like, well, you know what? I'm going to look it up because maybe I'm just having a breakdown in front of you
It
guys
was
here.
on fire when it set sail, and it was an insurance scam. We all know this.
Yes,
Right,
we
please-
all do.
Glenn,
it's
please tell
common
me some more.
knowledge, in fact. So it is.
Please tell me some more.
He told you everything you need to know about the Titanic.
One of the boilers was in fire, but I think it weakened the whole stern of the ship. That's what they're saying now, like.
Here we go. I'm gonna read this story to you guys, alright?
Alright.
Did a cursed mummy sink with the Titanic?
Okay.
The ancient artifact that inspired this ghost story can still be seen in the British Museum. The Titanic went to a watery grave carrying a cursed mummy, it's told. All tales of the supernatural, this one perhaps the best documented. The princess of Amun-Ra lived
Amun-Ra?
Amun-Ra
That's the sun gods.
there you go, lived some 1,500 years before Christ. When she died, she was laid in an ornate wooden box and buried deep in a vault in Luxor on the banks of the Nile. In the late 1890s, 4 rich young Englishmen visiting the excavations at Luxor were invited to buy an exquisitely fashioned mummy case containing the remains of Princess Amun-Ra. They drew lots. The man who won paid several thousands of pounds and had the coffin taken to his hotel. A few hours later, he was seen walking out towards the desert. He never returned. The next day, one of the 3 remaining men was shot by an Egyptian servant accidentally. His arm was so severely wounded, it had to be amputated. The third man in the foursome found out on his return that the bank holding his entire savings had failed. The 4th guy suffered a severe illness, lost his job, and was reduced to selling matches in the street. Nevertheless, the coffin reached England, causing other misfortunes along the way, where it was bought by a London businessman. After 3 of his family members had been injured in a road accident, and his house damaged by a fire. The businessman donated it to the British Museum. As the coffin was being unloaded from the truck at the museum courtyard, the truck suddenly went into reverse and trapped the passerby. Then the casket was being lifted up the stairs by two workmen, fell and broke one of the workmen's legs. The other, apparently in perfect health, died unaccountably 2 days later. Once the princess was installed in the Egyptian room, trouble really started. The museum's night watchman frequently heard frantic hammering and sobbing from the coffin. Other exhibits in the room were also often hurled about at night. One watchman died on duty, making the other watchman want to quit. Cleaners refused to go near the princess too. When a visitor derisively flicked a dust cloth at the face paint on the coffin, his child died of measles soon afterwards. Finally, authorities had the mummy carried down to the basement, figuring it couldn't do any harm down there. Within a week, one of the helpers was seriously ill, and one supervisor of the move was found dead on his desk. By now the papers heard of it. A journalist photographer took a picture of the mummy case, and when it developed, the painting on the coffin was of a horrifying human face. The photographer was said to have gone home and then locked himself in his bedroom and shot himself. Soon after the museum was sold, the mummy went to a private collector. After continual misfortune and deaths, the owner banished it to the attic. A well-known authority on the occult, Madame Helena Blavatsky, have you heard of her? Visited the premises. Upon entry, she was seized with shivering fit and searched the house for the source of the evil influence of the incredible intensity. She finally came to the attic and found a mummy case. Eventually, a hardened American archaeologist who dismissed the happenings as circumstance paid a price for the mummy and arranged its removal to New York. In April 1912, the new owner escorted the treasure aboard a sparkling new White Star liner about to make its maiden voyage to New York. On the night of April 14th, amid scenes of unprecedented horror, the Princess of Amun-Ra, accompanied by 1,500 passengers, went to their deaths at the bottom of the Atlantic. The name of the ship was, of course, the HMS Titanic.
You're supposed to let sleeping die, rest.
Let sleeping dogs lie. That's what we're.
They didn't put that in the movie.
I know. Maybe that's what they need to do. Make the Amun-Ra Titanic movie.
But to say they're all cursed, anybody that touches any of them mummies is cursed. You're supposed to leave them be, honestly.
I'm going to touch one. I'm going to lick a
But
money.
I'd love to get in and get all the jewels.
Bukaki, is that the name of the one in
The mummy?
in the Belfast Museum? I think her name's Bukaki.
It's definitely not Bukaki. There's
Hold on.
no way there's a mummy called Bukaki in the Belfast Museum.
I could be wrong. Let me see.
You have to be.
Belfast Museum mummy. Have you been to see? Let me see what her name is.
I'm going to touch it.
Taka Booty.
Talk about it. I
Not
mean, that's pretty
Bukaki,
good.
it's close.
That's good too, though.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine me being like, and here lies the corpse of Bukaki?
Can you imagine that being turfed out of your fucking town one day being in a museum?
And now you're in
It's sort
Belfast.
of against the whole fucking point, wasn't it?
Yeah. But like people often give off
People
about.
wonder why there's a curse. I think it's fake, but I do.
What do you do?
That body's fake too.
Oh, you think the mummy's just a wee
of
fucking
course it is.
touristy
Of course it is.
bullshitty thing?
But like, see Bukaki or Taka Booty, she's lying in the bed like it's not like. Leave me alone, no.
Yeah, I'm cold.
She
Belfast
doesn't
cold.
look like she's. And that's another fucking thing too. Like animals
is.
in the Belfast Zoo taken from fucking
Aye.
Africa and just fucked up Cave Hill.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like it's not gonna be nice if you're from Egypt. You're used to the heat, and then you're just where do you lie? Just in an open top casket in fucking middle of Belfast.
Those African elephants just taken in the Belfast climate.
Yeah.
There's only one, I believe, isn't there?
No, there's
Nelly,
two.
is
There's
there two
two.
elephants?
There's two. Aye. And there's the one that was abused. You know, and it just sort of does
Well, I
and
mean,
shakes from side to side, all pissed off and sad.
They're kind of both abused when you think about it. Like.
Mm-hmm.
The zoo, Halloween, hi.
Yeah, Halloween's a fun time, guys. Listen, I don't know what we all thought of it. Have you enjoyed this podcast,
I've
Glenn?
enjoyed it.
And for people like this is again, we do the psychic and the stand up over on the Patreon here. We're thinking of just making it a public thing.
I
We're going
think
to put
we
it out
should.
every so often. So if people want to, follow that, and they want to see what Glenn's all about, you want to book Glenn, you want to follow Glenn, where can you get you on
At
socials?
Psychic Glen.
There you go. So if they
Or
want,
if you want, you can speak to my tax service and please see the amenities on my website, www.psychicglen.com. My team of readers are ready to take your calls.
I think you said tax service. You want us to dealing about tax? You know what I mean?
No text, he said
Text.
text.
SMS.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said tax. Like, listen, we're doing my taxes here.
Well, that'd be good
Don't
if you
do
could
it.
see that coming.
And you where can to find the Butlord at www.butlord.online. I think people should Google Butlord and see what they find.
Yeah, it's probably in Glenn's search history. You
The
should do
Butlord.
Aaron Butler online.
That's-
We're going to have to get a night out to the Kremlin.
Let's do it. Let's document it all. Bring Dave's vlog
I
camera.
think we should.
If
Am I-
Dave goes, I'll go.
I mean, that's not no problem. What a
So
crap.
then we're
Wave
going.
Shane's away, saying that he can't be not invited.
Yeah.
Oh, because he's dying to go.
I'm sure he is. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be all over him in there.
Oh, they'd be
think?
all over all of us.
How do you think we would do well if we were in the gay community?
I haven't been out in years, so I don't know.
You haven't been to the Kremlin in years.
Years, like, since I was a good bit younger, like.
If you go into it, they're going to be like, holy fuck, he's back. The
No,
Messiah has
bastard.
returned.
We hate him, maybe.
Maybe some
No,
fresh
but
meat in there for
you're obviously from, if it's been years, like you've obviously set up the business. You're quite a known character now, Glenn.
Well, it would be more
Where people
well-known now,
welcome you back.
I
into
don't know, I
open
haven't
arms.
been out, so I don't know what it's like. I don't
Open
know.
arse.
But you know what is the gay scene very fickle?
It's
like
false and so fake. And
But
so
do you? What happens to? Because I remember when I
being
was.
gay is not a career.
But whenever I was younger, you know, we'd have gone to the Kremlin with friends, things, or whatever else. And it seems to be like there's like cycles of the scene. Like with people, is there a point of where someone's like, well, you're too old to be in the scene, you need to stop that? Or does the people be like, oh no, he's still hanging about here at this age? Or
That was for me. I never wanted to be that lonely old man in the bar. And some of them end up that like. Some people can't live their life without being part of the scene. It's like it makes them somehow relevant because they're not relevant anywhere else in the world.
because see, I sometimes see that on the other scene. There's my missus ringing me. Speaking of the scene, I've been seen. You've been seen. Where can we find you other than Butler online?
Aaron Butler online on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the rest of the fun stuff.
Lauren, you're
That's fine.
33 now. How do you feel?
Never felt better in my life.
33 is a magical number.
Why is that?
Just is. You think about it, 3 and 3.
Yeah, I feel magical.
Glenn, I don't know what
33 degrees north.
I don't know what you mean by that. You just said numbers.
That,
33 degrees.
33 is magic. 3 and 3. I'm 36. It's also magic. 3 and 6. What age are you,
Are you
Glenn?
36?
Yeah,
I'm 35.
35. And you know what
That's
that means? There you go. 3 and 5 magical.
Nice.
What I will say is 3 and 3 is magical, and this 3 is magical, guys. Happy Halloween. Be safe. Don't poison children with candy, and don't murder anyone and eat their body parts.
Enjoy it.
Guys, happy Samhain. See you later.